everyone,
Hey!
and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. I'm so excited to be here today with my lovely cast of friends and characters playing Apocalypse When. So hello, everybody that's watching us live right now in the present, and if you're watching this on YouTube from the future, you can catch us live for Apocalypse When every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I highly recommend you do so because it's really fun. But thanks for watching, no matter what time you're in. Before we start, I'm having a day today. Before we start, I would like to quickly tell you all about our sponsors, who we love ever so much. Sponsors. All right. Our first sponsor is Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of those dice rolls that you are seeing down in the corner, Maggie getting prepared for this session, doing her pre-session roll. Those are made on Fantasy Grounds. You can try Fantasy Grounds for free at fantasygrounds.com. Highly recommend it. It's awesome. It's got lots of great stuff for all of your games. Try it. It's awesome. Let's see. Next up, we have Wayland Games. Do you like miniatures? Of course you do. Who doesn't? You can get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. You go to waylandgames.co.uk, get a huge range of D&D miniatures, Warhammer, lots of other games like that for 20% off. So check them out. That's waylandgames.co.uk. They're also awesome. And speaking of awesome sponsors, here's another one, Tabletop Loot. You like dice, right? Of course you do. And you need them to play all of your tabletop games. When we hit 20 retweets on the live tweet for this show, we will give away a set of Tabletop Loot dice to one of you in the chat. So retweet that tweet. Tell your friends to retweet it. I think I already made this joke. Tell your dad to retweet it. Get your dad some Father's Day dice. From Tabletop Loot. They're awesome. And then finally, this week we are also sponsored by Gamely, which is an app on Google Play which aims to connect tabletop RPG players to one another based on their location. That's super cool, y'all. You can see players closest to you, and people that are interested in games that are common to you. So you can see people that are close to you, people who like the same games as you. Gamely is free to download in the Google Play Store currently, and in the fall of 2019 is also going to be available on iOS. So if you want to find people that are near you that like to play tabletop games, do that. Download it. That's Gamely. Get it on Google Play. And then retweet the tweet. I already said that. I have that on my list like 4 different times. Retweet that tweet. Get some dice. Finally, you can interact with today's game by donating to Encounter Roleplay. If you donate, you can give our players lots of things, critical successes, critical failures, all kinds of different exciting things that you can impose directly on them, or me, if you're really feeling feisty. So donate so you can influence the game directly. And then finally, if there's a moment you love during the show, which with these 4 wonderful people, I'm sure there will be, clip it for us. We love to watch those. They are awesome and wonderful, and I love going back and watching all of the things that I definitely don't remember saying in the moment. But clip it for us on Twitch. We use those on Highlight Rich. We love to tweet them, and I love to watch them. So send us your clips. We love them. And that's all of that stuff. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and tell you people who we actually are, and we will get started with the game. So I am Savvy. I am the MC, the Master of Ceremonies for this game, which means I'm running the show. What that means for you all today, we'll see. But you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and all of the social medias at Savvy Seaworth. And I also stream. I do most of my streaming at twitch.tv/game nights. That's game with 2 G's and nights with a K. Rob, talk to the people.
Me. Hello, I'm Rob. Your little baby Italian angel man, Verulo. When I'm not doing that, I'm over on twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob, streaming games, various games to varying degrees of success. It usually goes poorly, so if you're good for a giggle or two, come on down. It's a good time.
Cool. I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters. I usually retweet when I'm doing stuff. Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm on Indoor Adventures, doing some D&D homebrew and Curse of Strahd stuff. Wednesdays, I'm on Dammit Barry's channel doing D&D. We are doing the Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and we actually we went and infiltrated something, and it went really well. So weird. And then
so next week we're all gonna die.
Normally after this, you can find me on Pro Restarter's channel, but we will not be playing this week, unfortunately. So I will probably just be on the Overwatches by myself later. Not streaming, just me.
Enjoying life, living your best.
Yeah.
I'm Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern. Come see me. It's Graybeard Tavern, no S on the Twitter. My schedule's on there. You can find out what's going on. I got stuff that I can't quite announce yet, too. So we'll just look there. That'll be the best. But you can find me Mondays and Tuesdays in chat over at Indoor Adventures, trying to keep the 4 keeps and Curse of Strahd talked about. And Wednesdays, again, Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Fridays, you can see me on Blood Debt every other Friday, and here Sunday.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Christina Sid. I am at Greek Sid on the Twitters. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Satan Louis. Hooked me up today. I'm not in my usual digs, but he's helping me out for the next few days. It's also his birthday. Happy birthday, Louis. Love you, dude.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So he's got me set up here. But when I'm not here at home helping out, you can find me every other Tuesday over on Femsplained Cast, Neverland 5e, awesome. And starting up season 2 of our Elemental Evil game over on Odyssey RP, Descent into Darkness, should be really awesome. So check out my Twitter for updates on that. Descent into Darkness.
All right. Those are the people. Great. Then in that case, we will go ahead and quickly do our start of session stuff, and then we'll get into the game. So, Maggie, that was your roll for your fortunes.
Heck yeah, it was.
I'm very well. So you have a mega surplus. You rolled much higher than a 10. So your followers currently have a surplus. And let us go ahead and highlight stats. Let's start with Verulo, who has the highest history on your sheet.
Solid question. That would be
I wonder.
It's actually a tie.
Ooh.
Between the ladies, Sid
Eh.
and LB.
All right, so Sid and LB, you can each highlight one of Verulo's stats.
Oh, I think I'm going to go for hot.
Ooh. Sharp.
He knows
Boy, he's trying. Did you say sharp?
I did.
My hero.
And it's
All right, so Verulo, highlight
right.
those two. Maggie.
I also have a tie between Carla and Verulo. Sorry, Trigger.
Okay.
Sorry, I spent the last 3 weeks not being anybody, so this feels good.
I got you triggered. I got you. Don't even worry about it. I believe in arming people with their strengths. Weird.
Thank you, dear.
Anytime.
Say
Say it. You know you want to say it. Say it. Say what you're thinking. Yeah.
All right.
I think it's hard for Maggie because I have 3 different moves that are like, oh, you can use weird instead of this. You can use weird instead of
Yeah.
Yep.
But note, it is can, so you don't have to. So.
I know.
True. Very true.
All right. Let's have Carla.
I believe actually it's a Traeger because I leveled up everybody else.
Oh, true.
All right. So Traeger will pick one. I'll pick the other.
Yeah, let's go weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Feels weird, man.
Out on your team for one,
I'm gonna do hard for Carla.
Okay.
Feel like that one never gets done. So
Carla gonna smack a bitch.
Carla, real soft, yo. Carla, real soft. Carla, no chill. Carla, soft girl.
Carla has a knife in her boot.
Okay, Carla is usually soft girl.
That's pointy, all right, if we want to get technical about it.
all right,
Cats
Trigger.
stop too until they bring out their claws.
Oh.
True.
All right, let's have Trigger.
Sid, Carla is like +3.
Yes.
Poor Traeger never goes anywhere.
He's on his way.
Let's go. Hard.
All right.
Hell.
All right, I'm gonna do your sharp Trigger for the other.
You got to be smart this week. All right.
Excuse me.
Why
Have you
start
seen
now?
All right.
I mean, it hasn't really done anything for us yet, so
All right. Does anybody else have any pre-session moves they have to do? I always ask this, and then I think it's just Maggie. Okay, great. So in that case, we will dive back in. So when last we left off, you had set 1986 mostly right. As much as you could. Lots of exciting things happening. The meeting of one of the members of Apotheosis, Robert, and currently I think you all are making a plan to go back to 1719 and finish what you started. In acquiring the blueprints for essentially engines, gasoline-powered engines, for boats that definitely should not be there in 1719. So if you all want to finalize your plan for that, we'll get on a roll.
So basically, we are going to wait in the shadows until everything goes down, and then we're gonna.
Yeah, I think we're going
Jump
there
on it.
right as we disapproof from
Okay,
a
so you
safe
wanna-
distance.
as our other us is disappearing.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so you
roughly,
want to-
I'm going to say like 5 minutes before we do.
Okay, so you do not encounter your past selves?
No, we'd like
Present
to. I think
selves?
we wanted
other
to
selves?
maintain. Yeah, just other us. I think we wanted to maintain like a safe distance and just observe from afar.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So, if that is the plan, you all trying to come back a safe distance away about 5 minutes after you were thrown unceremoniously into the 80s with no warning. You all circle up, laying hands on each other, focusing, opening your minds to the psychic maelstrom. I'm going to have everybody roll weird to see how well you land, when and where you are hoping to.
I will be rolling sharp instead of weird.
Okay.
Look at me go.
Oh, you rolled the wrong
Oh.
dice. Those are fake dice.
I was like, wait, there's no way.
Golly, I was like, how is that possible?
How is that even possible?
Oh,
Okay.
It's like, what is that?
I
a
rolled
minus?
the wrong presets. Here, let's try that
I was
one
really
more time,
trying.
shall we?
Oh, well.
Much better.
Not much better. Oh yeah.
All right. So,
Now we have to rescue
Maggie-
Carla from a different time.
well,
Well, I get to mark
We're gonna
double
see what happens.
experience on that. Yeah,
Oh,
so I use
yeah. So this,
So
yeah,
hey.
this is your friendly reminder that to mark an XP every time you roll the highlighted stat, and also to, in my own rule, mark an XP every time you fail a roll. So Carla, definitely with a failure. Maggie with a great success with a 13. Okay, so a full success, 2 partial successes, and 1 failure.
Big old failure. Big, like huge. I'm proud of it. It's okay.
So I think you all Maggie's in the zone. And so I think Maggie, your connection to the Maelstrom really helps out the rest of your team. I think as you all are in this brief instant of traveling, it's a little disorienting. I think more disorienting for you all than usual. And I think Maggie, especially as you're in this weird limbo space, you can almost sort of feel like you're being pulled back, like something's kind of hooking you in to 1986, but you push through it, dragging psychically mostly the rest of your group with you, and landing for the most part exactly where you wanted to be. You guys kind of find yourself on the edge of this small kind of port town where you were before. The time looking around, kind of looking at the sky, it was very late at night when this race was happening, so it's nighttime and everything looks mostly the same as you left it. However, when the four of you make it through, there is, as you are sort of stepping through, being pulled through this rift back into 1719, this loud, louder than normal popping sound. There is a flash of light and Carla goes flying out of the rift, kind of skidding across the ground. And Carla, I think you end up laying on your back on the ground, kind of seeing spots before your eyes, with this massive headache. And you feel a little disoriented, a little scrambled. You're going to take 1 harm. That goes through armor because this is psychic harm, and you are really out of it. Probably feels like a bad hangover, I think, for you. You're a little scrambled from that one.
Well, that happened. Ooh.
Are you all right?
Ask me in about an hour.
Verla, you want
So-
to make sure she's okay?
Yes, and I'll just kind of come up with my little bag, little doctor bag, and say I believe there's some pain pills in here. What was it called? Ibuprofen.
Hand them over, baby.
And I'll try to read the bottle, and I imagine Carla's just gonna yank it out of my head.
Yep.
Yeah. She'll take whatever dosage she needs.
She pops like 6. It's like, all right.
All right. So Carla pops some ibuprofen. We will see if it helps you later. Hopefully it does. But otherwise, yeah, Verula, there's nothing physically that you can see that's wrong with her.
Yeah.
She's not, maybe a little winded from hitting the ground, but otherwise physically intact.
You robot. You went robot. I couldn't hear you.
Oh
at all.
no! Can you guys hear me now?
Oh, I heard you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh.
Mhm.
Carla's fine. That was the main gist of it.
Trigger's comms are
physically.
broken. Oh god.
Physically, Carla's fine. Just a little winded. All right. So you find yourselves once again in 1719, in the middle of the night.
All right, so we need to keep an eye on the gold-masked bastards and go from there.
Mm.
That was
See where they go after they hand things off.
Right.
Yeah.
With
So
the
we need to go to
possible-
the docks.
Yeah.
Yes, we have
With
to
the-
find ourselves. Oh god, I already hate this.
All right, then move out.
All right. So you all head off toward the docks where you were previously. making your way. It's not far. You're kind of right on the edge of this port town. So you make your way through the darkness. Not a whole lot of people in the streets. Obviously, you do hear a little bit of commotion coming from the docks, some voices, some talking, some cheering and jeering. As the adrenaline from the end of the race is still running high throughout the pirates and sailors and people, and you all sort of round the corner of one of these streets towards the docks, kind of like probably looking out from behind the buildings that are there so as not to draw attention to yourselves. And you are just in time to see the rift that you were sent through before close. This figure in the dark clothes and the gold mask hand over a sort of rolled up scroll of some sort of papers over to Calico Jack Rackham. And the crowd is kind of in a stunned silence, having seen what they just saw, and this figure turns heel and starts walking out of the town the way they came.
Interesting. She didn't jump anywhere. I recall her. They said that she had a base here.
Did they?
Did they?
Not a base necessarily. You were told that they always appear in the same place.
Oh, that's
that
what it
there
was.
is-
Okay.
Yeah, sort of outside of town, there is like a small clearing where they were always met, where they would appear. They never
Okay.
sort of just appeared in the middle of town.
Okay.
All right, so we come back for the plans, follow the individual.
Right.
Let's go.
Yep.
What is this character? What is her like in the robes? Are they flattering at all?
Yeah, I would say so.
Maggie's like,
Okay. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. So you start to follow behind this figure as they walk out of town in the direction that you assumed they would, towards this clearing that had been previously pointed out to you by the NPC that I definitely remember.
Robert.
That might have been him.
Robert.
It was probably him. So you follow them.
Blame Robert.
Always been Robert.
Quickly and quietly out of this town towards a grove of trees, kind of outside. Let's see.
Are we going to
As
stop her?
you,
Oh, it was so hard not to just put a few rounds in her just right there on the dock. So I'm assuming we're capturing to find out information. Traeger isn't saying that. That's just in his head.
Mhm.
He literally was like, oh, she's there. Blop, blop, blop. There. Now she's dead. And we can see what's going on. But there's that small part where it might be Maggie, and we need to figure this out. So
Okay.
okay, all right. So we follow for now. Is there anything you would like to do on the way? In pursuit.
Do I feel any extra companions?
What do you mean?
If
So
that
this
is
Maggie,
other, yeah. If it's
Oh,
other
I see.
Maggie, yeah.
Okay.
Or are they
go ahead
tied-
and-
Time travel's so weird. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm gonna have you roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll plus weird. We'll call this opening your brain to the world's psychic maelstrom.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. That's super hit again on a 12. Let's see.
I swear I
Something new
didn't
and
do anything to this thing.
let's see.
crazy.
I will.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, psychic
The
maelstrom.
demonic power has
The
possessed it.
MC will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation. might ask you a question or two, answer them. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I think you you open up those psychic channels that you have, Maggie, and you feel sort of your followers and their connection to you. And I think just on the edges of your consciousness, you can feel something. There is definitely some other presence. It doesn't feel like a lot of them, and it feels a little distant, but there is something else that feels sort of familiar to you.
Intimately familiar or just familiar?
How do I put this?
You don't have to.
Yeah,
answer
sure.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. On a 10 plus, the MC gives you good detail. Them's the rules. Yeah, I think it is a presence that I think you are intimately familiar with, but something about it is different. I don't know that you're sure how, but you don't feel connected to it, but it does feel like something that is familiar to you.
Interesting. She will keep that to herself for the moment. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So you continue following?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you follow behind this figure for a few minutes, kind of cutting through the trees as they get a little bit thicker. Again, not a whole lot of them. You are on the coast, so it's kind of a smallish little patch of trees, which then in front of you, as you see this figure kind of break through a couple of them, opens up into a small clearing or grove, and you briefly lose sight of them for a moment. Would you like to... Do you follow them into the clearing? Are you hiding? Are you...
Should we confront her?
Yep. I'll take her down.
You may want to be
Don't
more
kill her.
specific about that, soldier.
Capture. No.
You do mean
I'll go
alive, yes?
Correct. He says over his shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, so Traeger, are you just rushing out into...
Yeah. And if
Okay.
she looks like she's gonna disappear, I'm gonna wing her. I'll shoot her in the arm.
Okay. Yeah, I think Traeger, you burst through the trees.
Verulo's gonna look at him, look at Maggie, look at his bag. I'm just gonna follow him and just be on standby.
Okay, so Traeger, you burst out into this small clearing through the tree line, Verulo following closely behind, trying to stay out of the way. Traeger, I'm going to have you roll to, go aggro on someone. So plus hard.
Trace.
Dang, y'all. All right.
No, we all roll.
All right.
Well, okay, you all are rolling.
All right. So they have to choose to force your hand and suck it up or cave and do what you want.
Remember, I fight like a gang.
You do. All right. So are you trying to grab this person or are you trying to do damage to them?
Oh, I take them down to grab them, grapple,
Okay.
restrain,
All right. So Traeger, flying towards this figure, tackling them, knocking them to the ground, trying to restrain them as best you can. You currently have a hold on her, but you can feel this person fighting against you, and they are, boy howdy, much stronger, I think, than you anticipated, and are putting up a real fight. You're probably going to have a hold on her for just another second before she's able to break free. Is there anything else the rest of you would like to do?
Knock her out. Angel, knock her out. Take your thing, knock her out.
And he looks at Maggie kind of conflicted and just sort of
She gives him a very
Sorry.
positive.
sorry. And like just kind of mouths sorry to her, and then just I'll attempt to narco stab.
Okay.
Is that its technical term? Please say this.
Sure is. Parentheses chill
Ow.
stab.
Yep.
Okay.
Chill snap.
All right, and that is. Do you have a role for that is specified?
So I have the only thing, and I look at this every time. The only thing I have a role for with the angel kit is when I'm trying to like heal somebody.
Okay. Cool.
All the other
All
stuff, I think I just kind of spend a stock, and there's no role involved. But I mean, we could also try. I think I'm trying to remember how we treated it the first time I did it, because I feel like there was a roll, like you rolled it as an attack or something.
Yeah, I'm going to have you roll. I just want to make sure there wasn't a specific stat that you are supposed to roll with for that. So I'm going to have you roll to do something under fire.
Okay.
Because you are trying to dig in and do something difficult. So that's plus cool
Okay.
for you.
So, boy howdy, I'm gonna try. We roll, boys.
Okay, that is a 5. So that is a miss. On a miss, be prepared for the worst. So I think this person is struggling very, very hard against Traeger. And at the last moment, Verulo, your nervous, hands shaking, trying to essentially stab this person with what is a sedative. She, at the last second, flips Traeger, and the needle goes into his arm. And you're about to have a problem. So I think in that moment, the needle goes into Traeger's arm, not what you meant to do at all. And in that moment, it hurts Traeger. You were not expecting that. She breaks free, stands up, and doesn't say anything, but just sort of very quickly scans you all and snaps her fingers. There's a flash of light, and she is gone. Traeger, I don't think you take any harm, but you don't feel so good right now. A little
Very
woozy.
apropos for the day.
You feel a little woozy.
Did we get her? The little angels are flying around.
You poor man. Is he going to be knocked out?
Well, the dosage is enough for an average-sized human being, so maybe not. To be fair, at least there's a bright side.
The low rage Traeger growl comes through. He fights it.
Traeger, go ahead and roll me plus hard.
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay. A lot. So yeah, I think you do feel woozy and like you could go to sleep, but I think you are a hardy man, and I don't think it is going to totally knock you out. I think you can push through it, and you'll be okay in a little while. But for the next little bit, you're going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage, but you're awake still, which is something.
Yeah, he's redder than usual, or almost rage trigger, and his extra adrenal gland is obviously keeping him walking. That didn't go well.
I am so sorry. She moved and I. Me?
No.
Yes.
Carly.
You're very strong now.
Oh, me.
Yes.
Who says I'm not already that strong?
Varula can
I'm sure
silently
someone could do it,
confirm
you know?
this. He won't
Yes,
say anything,
yes,
but
yes.
can confirm.
Well,
So
that didn't go as well as we thought. Perhaps we should go to Plan B, which is get what we're here for.
next time we meet future Maggie, what's our plan?
I think that is something we
Try
should
it
think about.
again?
All right, let's move out. Traeger's upset. Obviously,
Yeah.
checking this on the box of failed missions.
Oh,
He moves out.
oh, poor guy. All right. Do the rest of you go with him?
Yes, we need to
Yeah.
go back to the
Yeah.
docks.
Yes.
All right.
Silently.
So, saddened in your failure, and Traeger, your arm a little sore and your head still swimming a little bit. The four of you make your way back to the docks. It is still very dark. Not that much time has passed since you left. Only a few minutes. You make it back to the docks. Most of the people that were on the docks have sort of cleared out. There are lights still on and flickering in the tavern that you were previously in before, and you can hear sort of music and voices coming out of there, as if many of them have seemingly gotten over whatever it was that they saw previously, and have gone to the tavern either to celebrate their victory or to drown the sorrows of defeat.
So when we get close, we find Rackham, get the plans, however we have to. So I'll let you guys talk first, and if not, then I'll do it my way.
Just to summarize, since it's been a while, it's been 5 minutes. I hate time travel. Anyway,
Feels like weeks.
True. We made the plan with Calico Jack, and she plans to technically get us these plans. But we also made plans with another captain, but then we destroyed his boat.
Yes.
We're probably going to run into both of those people in here. Am I correct?
Probably.
Yes. We might want to plan for that.
All right. How about you go after the plans? I'll take care of free that we double crossed.
Doesn't matter, though. I mean, once we get the plans, we're going to leave.
Right.
True. I feel like I might be more intimidating to the other captain than even you, soldier, however. I gather I made him a bit uncomfortable.
All right.
All right. So you
are
all
we
go after the
splitting up?
plans?
Well, we'll all be in the same place, probably. They're probably
Stay
all at the
within eyeshot.
tavern. So,
Well, let us go get the plans first, and then if that doesn't work, we can go do something else.
All right.
sounds good.
All right, so you all make your way into the tavern where there is on one side uproarious celebration led by the woman you know to be Calico Jack, and sitting in the back, not as pleased with how things turned out. You see tall, dark skin covered in tattoos, Captain Caleb, who you had met previously, surrounded by his crew, not necessarily taking part in the revelries, but they do not seem to be paying much mind currently to who is coming in the door.
Make our way to Calico Jack then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you all make your way through. I think after a moment, I think Jack sees you sort of making your way over to her. Let's see. What are you all wearing right now? We've gone through a lot of costume changes.
I think we switched back to our 1719.
Did you all switch back?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Maggie
Yeah.
definitely did.
Okay,
Mhm.
I just wanted to make sure that we had addressed that at some point because
Oh, we did because I
always
remember
forget.
putting the T-shirt in my bag.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
that's
we want
That's
to
right,
keep our
okay.
keepsakes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. So, yes, dressed as you should be for the time period, and you make your way. And after a moment, Jack sort of swings around from whatever sort of revelry is happening in the center. There's lots of dancing and cheering and lots going on. And you can see sort of in the satchel that she keeps slung across her chest, the sort of end of this large scroll of papers sticking out. And I think she sees all of you, welcomes you in. Gets you all a drink and says, "So, well done all around. Thanks for your help. Much appreciated. Drink with me. We should all celebrate."
Absolutely.
What are you having?
Me. Ale. Always ale.
And with his head swimming, Traeger's just gonna sip, like really sip.
All right. She'll pass around 4 mugs of ale for you all. So, what do you all plan to do now?
We have some traveling to do.
Yes.
Most excellent. Where are you headed?
Brazil.
Wherever the road takes us, which is evidently Brazil.
Excellent. Well, have fun. I hear it's just as hot there as it is here. So dress the part. Good luck to you, I guess. And I think she kind of cheers everyone. She's giving you all like kind of a look like, you're all acting weird, but I'm also a little drunk, so I'm not going to question it too hard. And cheers you all and drinks with you. And is just kind of making general small talk, interacting with her crew, occasionally kind of getting up, going for another drink, and being the life of the party, as she is wont to do.
Can we see the scroll?
You can, I think. Yeah, she has it in a satchel that is slung across her chest, kind of on her side. But it's a small bag, and so I think probably about the end of like this much of a roll of parchment is sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try something, y'all.
Right.
Can I reach out with my glove, which I don't have today, but with my gloved hand, and just pat her on the arm somewhere of fair flesh?
Sure.
To be like, congratulations again. But I'd like to make a command if I can.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Come on. Do better. Okay, here. Plus 3. Okay, that's better.
Better.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah, that's a 10, so that's a full success. So you plant a command in Jack's mind.
She will walk outside, take the plans, and bury them in the sand, and then walk back inside.
Okay. So I think after you lay your hand on her, you can see just for a moment, and the rest of you, I think, notice this as well. I think you've seen this happen before. Her eyes go just a little bit glassy, like there's a sheen over them just for a second, and then it disappears. She blinks a couple of times, shakes her head, downs the rest of her drink, slams it down, and I think stands up and says, "Well, I'm going to go get some air," and turns around and walks right out of the tavern.
Someone should follow her.
Traeger?
Someone.
Are you
Got it.
in
Okay. So Traeger, you follow Jack out of the bar. Are you trying to be sneaky about it, or are you just following her?
I will try to be sneaky, but it's one of those with if she turns around, I'll try to have an excuse.
Okay.
Which,
Pretend you're
Yeah.
going pee.
exactly.
Okay. Sure. So you try to follow her relatively quietly. I think because she is following this command so closely, she probably doesn't really pay you any mind. I don't think she really notices. She's also kind of drunk at this point, so she's got a lot going on in her brain right now. But you see her kind of make her way, sort of strolling down towards the docks to where there is some sand near the edge of the water. She kind of looks around, making sure no one is watching her. I don't think she necessarily notices you, but she's kind of looking up and down the water's edge to make sure no one is out here near the docks with her. You see her lean down, kind of dig up some sand, place this roll of paper in it, cover it back up, dust her hands off, and kind of shakes her head again a little bit, looks around again, and turns around, starts walking your direction. And I think she passes you. I think she sees you at this point. She just she waves, throws her hand up, kind of pats you hard on the shoulder a little bit. And the other three of you see her walk back into the tavern and go to the bar and have another drink.
Okay. Retrieve the package.
Okay.
And tuck it away.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that. So you dig up this roll of papers, tuck them in your pack. And there you have it. What would the rest of you like to do, or anything else you'd like to do while you're outside, Trigger?
I'll first hit the communicator and I'll be like, package acquired, rally for extract.
Oh, that was lovely.
Varela will just give his drink to the nearest person and just
That would be Carla, and she will finish it.
All right. So Verulo, trying unsuccessfully to pass his drink off to a sailor, is intercepted by Carla. You all finish your drinks and leave.
Yes.
All right. I think about the time you are leaving, I think for Jack, it is starting to set in. What just happened. And so there's a little bit of commotion coming from inside the tavern as you all quickly make your way out. Traeger, I think in this time, you have time to notify, obviously, Era, that you have accomplished what you have accomplished. And so the four of you make your way quickly out of sight of the tavern, as Era lets you know, Traeger, you have something else to do and somewhere else to be, and as soon as you're ready, they will send you through to where you're going next.
Maggie's gonna leave a pamphlet or a little stack of pamphlets at their table as she leaves.
All right, so Maggie leaves a small stack of pamphlets just sitting kind of in the center of the table for anyone to happen upon and perhaps read. The four of you, any final words for 1719?
Your hearts, but the rum's pretty good.
All right. No. No, we hate this place. All right. So I think, Traeger, you get a very quick notification that lets you know that you ASAP will be traveling again. I think before you even have time to read on it, the four of you, the devices that you have start to heat up a little bit, and that means you are about to get sucked through to some other time, and you all grab onto each other, hold on tight, and everybody roll plus weird.
Gonna be a sharp boy again. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Better.
Sure. Okay, so that's 3 successes and a partial. That's very good. So I think you feel this heat up just a little bit. The 3 of you dragging Traeger a little bit with you, but you make it through. Another flash of light, another popping sound, and you land in an alleyway in a city. Let's see. Just pulling up my information here. It is still nighttime where you are. It looks like the sun has just gone down. You hear people everywhere. It sounds like you're in a very crowded city. You can see from where you are sort of flashing lights and tall buildings. It is rather hot here as well. Eventually they'll send you somewhere cold, but you know. It is rather hot here, a little bit dusty. Carla, you know exactly where you are.
Ooh.
This is Vegas.
Oh God.
And it's funny because seeing a few people kind of pass by this alley looking out, you can see marquees and flashing lights, lots of signs that you recognize. It's actually a lot like you left it. The style of clothing looks very familiar to you. I think you recognize after a moment that you have been put back, looking at some of the show signs and things that were happening from around this alley corner into 1962.
You're home.
This place is louder than the last one we left.
Do not disrespect my home.
Apologies.
Are you from here?
Yes. I'm from
Where and
this,
when?
This here as well. The here and the now. This is
Vegas 62.
yes.
Wow, that's lucky. Are we done? Are we returning to
Yeah.
our homes?
Waiting for some mission to come in.
Carla, when you were in Vegas, the last time you were in Vegas, you remember very, very clearly because it was when you were pulled out by Traeger and Maggie and Barullo. Did Carla, did you have a car?
Yes. She would have driven down with some friends.
Okay. All right. So you all drove to Vegas, I assume staying at one of the nicer hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps. All right. What hotel? Where would Carla stay?
What was really nice back in 62?
I don't know. I gotta pick cities that I know stuff about. Can somebody be from like Memphis, please? Where I know about.
I'm just looking at pictures. There's like the Mint,
Yeah.
the Golden Nugget gambling hall.
Like the Tropicana, the
Sands.
Caesar's Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll be fun. We'll do Caesar's Palace. That sounds fun.
Sure.
That one's in movies a lot. So I think you
Did the real
are.
Caesar live here?
I think
No.
you.
Traeger says, like, total curious.
No.
I'm kidding. I would know that. I'm from Italy.
All right, so the other 3 of you sort of looking around again, a little bit in culture shock. Carla, this looks incredibly familiar to you. It's almost as if you are living your Vegas trip over again. But you see, I think you have been dropped very close to Caesar's Palace, where you know that you stayed, and I think you have this strange moment of deja vu as you peek your head out of the alley, sort of looking down the road, looking down to where Caesar's Palace are. You see a very familiar car pull up in front of the hotel. And you see yourself
What is it?
And a few of your friends who you recognize get out of it, hand over the keys to a valet, and go into the hotel.
It's me.
Come on, boys. Give us a mission.
All right. Trigger, you
I
wait for a
do-
couple of more
Caesar's
minutes.
Palace. I've been to Rome.
All right.
It was a very
Trigger,
nice
you,
hotel, if I can recall.
Trigger, you wait for a couple more minutes. Nothing from your communicator.
All right.
Well, should we blend in again?
Well,
I
at least this time I know
think-
exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Do we have a crate of? No. All right. Then Trigger takes off his 17-19 gear and goes back to his basically uniform and armor.
Maggie doesn't turn away.
I think I have an idea.
Traeger doesn't think anything of it.
If I recall, there are at least a couple boutiques inside the hotel. So we'll just go in. They'll have just seen me. And we'll just charge everything to my room.
If that is what you
awesome.
want, but I do have quite a bit of money. Oh, I can
No,
get.
please. Let's charge as much of it to Harold as possible.
Who is Harold?
As much as possible. My ex-husband.
Lovely.
Was he
Well-
one of the people you were with in this time?
No.
How are we charging it to him if he's not here?
Well, by ex-husband, I mean, well, you all pulled me out of here, and, well, technically speaking, well, I guess he's alive now. Anyway, shall we?
It's time travel. Traeger just says, like, point blank, and then steps out.
She's gonna
Trigger
lean
looks
over
right
to
at the
Marilla.
camera. It's time travel.
I think that what she's saying is she doesn't want to be married to him, and since we've been time traveling, maybe she's not anymore.
Oh. So he's alive.
Who cares? Come on, let's go.
Okay.
All right.
So the four of you doing the best you can to blend in. It doesn't take a lot. It's evening in
Vegas.
Las Vegas. No one's really paying you that much mind. I don't think they're kind of doing what they're doing. So you make your way past the flashing lights and the marquees and the many people. Lots of exciting things happening on the street across toward Caesar's Palace. Traeger.
Yeah.
In the far future, they still use Morse code or some semblance thereof. Do you think?
I would imagine. Yeah. I mean, there would
Okay.
have to be some kind of backup to verbal, if like just radio clicks, or not, if nothing else.
Sure. Okay, so I think you are keeping an eye out, as you always are. You walk past lots of flashing lights and things like that. There is one sign above a casino that the lights sort of surrounding it, these large light bulbs, are flashing in a very irregular pattern. So I think you probably catch that, take a look, and you could swear that it's sending you a message.
right.
You get... I'm going to give you some letters. Ready?
Sure.
K E E P P A S T E V.
Hold on. I am actually dyslexic
Oh, you're good.
in life.
Oh, sorry.
So KEEPPAST.
E V E N T S I N T A
All right. The sign sending a message, folks. And then he's like, realizes what he said, and he's like, more, it's a code. It's a secret code in case this isn't working. And I got the message, keep past event intact.
Well, isn't that what we're doing? That seems a little redundant.
Well,
Is there something that happened here?
this is where we picked up Carla. So maybe we need to protect Carla until we can collect Carla.
We are all going to be here later. All of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is specifically where we picked her up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so
in
I would
Vegas.
know this. Okay, so I'm not.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't realize it was in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, we picked her up in a desert.
Yeah.
As a
Okay.
nuclear
Side of
bomb was
Vegas.
blowing towards us.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So is it Carla that is the thing that we need to keep intact, or was there something else of significance that happened this day here in Vegas? Las
Significance. Well, if memory serves, oh, poor Verulo, you do not want to go up to that hotel room. No, I don't think that's best. Maybe
Is
you
anybody
could stay
hurt?
down. No, not at all. There are a lot of activities happening up there. Various activities.
Is it like a blood orgy?
Minus the blood, more the drugs.
You know, what Carla is saying is a lot less terrifying. I think I'll be okay.
All right.
And there's also the nuclear test that is going on as a importance of history.
What was that? It was just a big bright light.
It was a bomb. They were just testing it, though. They weren't trying to destroy anything yet.
For its time, it
very
was the
big bomb.
For its time, it was the type of bomb that would level a city.
Oh.
Wow.
What would they need that for?
That's what we escaped from. The geopolitical ramifications of this time period. I mean, we could get into it if you really want to, but it's time travel.
Right. Well, first piece of business is to blend in. Second piece is to, I don't know, keep an eye on Carla. Or should we go to the bomb site?
Yeah.
Why don't we were here for a few days. What day is it?
And then I'll check.
Carla, it is. How long were you there before you all went to the bomb site?
We stayed an extended weekend. So
all right.
Probably arrived on a Friday, maybe.
Okay, so it's probably that Friday night.
Cool.
So what should we do? Should we keep an eye on Carla, or is there something else that we should be looking at?
I think we should check in with Carla, make sure that that's going well, and then go to the bomb site.
Yes, surely Era would have put us near the bomb site if that was meant to be our target.
And closer to the
I think there's a
time.
reason. Yes.
One would hope.
All right.
Well, first things first. Yes, let's get changed.
All right. So with this revelation, you all make your way into one of the boutiques inside the hotel. Again, no one seems to be paying you much mind. Probably one of the boutique workers is kind of looking at you all a little odd, but you seem to be buying clothes and accessories and spending money, so they won't give you too hard of a time. You have an easy time. You can pick out whatever sort of clothes you wish, charging it all to Harold, of course. What are y'all wearing?
Are we going fancy
Full
or
mod,
cash?
baby. Full mod.
Mhm.
Color blocks, capri pants, the whole shebang.
Are we wearing dresses or pants?
Oh, Carla's going pants. She's got to move around.
Traeger finds some horrible, very bright Hawaiian shirt type thing. And,
Yes.
and once he's got an outfit, he just flops it over the thing and just, starts taking off his clothes, drops his armor, his bag. And
They're all
no.
dressing rooms, soldier.
a room
People
for getting dressed.
people in this time have things about modesty. It's archaic, I understand. But please just use the dressing room so we don't get thrown out.
He scoops up his stuff and he kind of shakes his head. He's laughing to himself.
Over
And changes. So he's got some
Nice.
kind of shirt, some kind of Hawaiian shirt over top, some slightly oversized so he can move and possibly rage Traeger without becoming the Hulk in ripped
Sure.
pants. And and then his boots and whatnot.
Okay.
Maggie's full Jackie Kennedy.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
She's showing her shoulders, guys. It's a big deal for her, okay?
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh.
That's what we call
Hey.
character development.
Varula will turn to Carla and say, well, you know this time best. Do you mind helping
Are you
me?
asking me for a makeover?
Cue music.
Montage.
I just
Makeover montage.
Varula is puzzled but complies.
Okay.
Yes.
Carla, you make him over?
Making him over. Making him over.
Right. Wonderful.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
what I tried to
man.
give you was an exciting time travel game, and what I gave you was an excuse to go shopping every couple of sessions.
Hell
so
yeah.
upset.
And as we're leaving or whatever, I guess Traeger will grab a trilby and a pair of sunglasses.
Nice.
Love it.
All right. So looking wonderful. You all start to make your way out of this boutique. I think Traeger, again, keeping an eye out and everything. You can see sort of across the street this marquee with, those that have the interchangeable letters that you can put up, like on movie theaters and stuff. I think you see one of those, and there is someone up there, sort of switching the letters around from the title of a show. And they sort of climb down off their ladder, turn around, look at you from across the street directly, and then pick up their ladder and walk away. And the words on this marquee have been changed. There are a lot of kind of scrambled letters pushed to the side. They did not do a great job, leading you to think they are probably not actually employed by this establishment. And you see the words, "Do not be seen," and a couple of spaces down, "Save Carla."
Well, there it is. Carla's our mission.
Did we all see this, or did just Traeger see this?
I think Traeger saw it, but then if he points it out to the rest of you.
Well, You remember what you did this night, yeah?
Remember. Right. We got in. We went up to our rooms.
Mhm.
We ordered food. It gets a little hazy after that.
But the location was here in this building.
To my knowledge, yes.
Do you remember your room number?
I can find out.
Correct.
I'm going to wander over to the front desk area.
Okay. You wander over to the front desk. There is an employee there who is ready and waiting to help you. Sort of looks at you and just asks you, yes, miss, what do you need?
Hello, I'm so sorry. I just checked in with a group of friends. Carla O'Dwyer. I've already lost my key. Is there a replacement? Or if you know what, I believe they have the other key upstairs. What was my room number again?
Sure, Miss O'Dwyer. And they start going through the log looking for you. They give you, I don't know, somebody give me a random number. What room were you in?
631.
69.
631.
Hey,
And everyone just starts shouting numbers.
there.
We'll say 631. Those are the first numbers I heard. They're not the funny numbers, but you know. So they give you the room number, telling you they can replace your key if you give them just a moment, and they give you a replacement key, and you can be on your way.
Thank you ever so much.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
When she walks back over to us, Carla, something just occurred to me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have your abilities yet?
Not that I was aware of, no. I thought that was the whole thing, though. The circumstances being what they were, brought on latent something or other. I don't know.
I wonder if there's a way for you to somehow establish a connection with yourself. I don't know if that works that way, but I mean, you know your mind better than any of us.
To what end?
To warn yourself, spy on yourself, just establish some sort of a connection.
I think this is going to be a babysitting mission, and if we just keep an eye on the rooms, it'll be better. I mean, you can only get in one way if it's the same as my age.
Yes,
Yeah.
unless you're time traveling into it.
Right, but I also have people who can watch in the room.
Oh.
That's true. Still weird, but true.
And Traeger was like pulling out little cameras, and then he thinks you say that he just like tucks them back in a little pouch.
Yes, my followers are always around me.
Always?
Well.
Okay, let's put them to work.
Oh, snap. Always.
Oh.
She kind of feels a little bad. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess something I should probably mention.
Doesn't face Traeger.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, so what's the plan? Besides embarrassing Brullo to death.
I think we should get a room that's next to, if we can. That way we can just keep an ear and an eye. Or we could pose as the waitstaff.
Hmm.
Bring up the food that you've ordered. DM. On that face.
Well, I mean, I still look like myself, but I don't look the same as that evening. I've had some physical changes. So,
I think it'd be best if you didn't, honestly.
go anywhere near myself.
Correct.
Yes, I would agree.
It does say do not be seen.
Right. And who isn't seen but the servants?
Hmm.
Are they still
True
cold
enough.
servants here?
No.
Traeger doesn't seem to remember.
No, we would call them service workers.
Interesting.
Waiters.
Dignified.
Waitresses.
Well, let's find an outfit then. Again.
Okay.
Montage
Head
part
back
2.
All right. So as you all you have acquired Carla's room card and you are about to attempt to make your way through this hotel, I guess infiltrating it as part of the staff. I love this plan. Let's go ahead and take a quick break so everybody can have a bio break, refresh your drinks and yourselves, and maybe get a sandwich if you feel so inclined. We will be right back in just a couple of minutes. Everybody, thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you shortly.
See you soon.
All right, everybody, we are back. Thank you so much for bearing with us as we refreshed ourselves. All right, so spare key acquired to Carla's room. The plan is going to be to dress up as concierges or wait staff or something similar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you all tell me how you would like to go about this.
I don't know how any of this stuff works, so
Actual Carla should probably stay out of the way because even as pale as she is right now, she still looks like past Carla, so that might get weird.
where does the wait staff or the wait staff? Where do they have a room or are they in the kitchen? How does it work here?
They usually have some sort of area where they do the majority of their work. They in fact have their own staircases, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I smell food this way.
Follow his nose.
All right,
Follow
so
your
you can
nose.
follow Traeger's nose towards probably a restaurant that is in this hotel. I am assuming I've never been to this hotel, but I'm going to say it has a restaurant, probably more than once. So you follow through the hotel toward this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see any wait staff walking around and stuff?
I think you do once you get closer. You see at the front a small kind of podium, like a host stand, just outside the doors of the restaurant. There are lots of staff inside this rather large, upscale restaurant. Not a whole lot milling around outside, but definitely within the restaurant itself.
As we're walking up, Traeger will say, "So who all needs to dress up?"
Whoever's going to do the talking. To
Who's
the
talking
people
to-
in the room.
Yes, who's going to talk to Carla and the people in the room?
I think that Traeger's going to be a little hard to forget.
Hmm.
No offense. Perhaps I or Verilla and I.
Yeah, I could talk to Carla. I talk to
Alright.
her all the time.
I'll procure
boy.
uniforms.
One male and one female, please.
Yep. And so Traeger's gonna walk past the host stand, just blow right past it, and
Okay. I think
walk
briefly
back towards
the
the
person
kitchen.
at the stand is like, sir, but doesn't.
Excuse me. Carla will walk up to the person to help distract. I was just wondering, for room service, would we be able to order anything from this establishment, or is it a separate kitchen for the room service for the actual hotel?
We can certainly put something together for you and have it sent up to a room, miss. I think he's kind of like looking like to try to see where Traeger went.
O'Dwyer, Ms. Carla O'Dwyer. Pleasure to meet you.
Right. One moment, please. And I think they kind of scurry off into the restaurant and they look like they're going to follow Traeger. And then they kind of go off a different direction. Like, oh, I don't think I want to mess with that. Traeger, where do you go once you get into
straight into the
restaurant?
kitchen.
Okay.
Straight into the kitchen.
Sure. I think you all see Traeger just kind of just walk very confidently as if he belongs there. A man on a mission through the restaurant, through the swinging doors in the back to the kitchen. Traeger, it opens up into this large kitchen. Lots of people working and running around, grabbing food, cooks making food, that kind of thing. I think they're very busy. I don't really think they pay you much mind at this point.
He heads around he'll like take a loop around the place, looking for the kitchen bathrooms and where the uniforms are all hung up.
Okay, sure. I think you sort of start making your way around the edge of the kitchen, and behind it, there is a small hallway that goes farther back in. And you can see a couple of doors back there, probably an employee's restroom, that kind of thing, and you can head that direction. I think are you still wearing your Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, Hawaiian shirt.
Get up.
trilby,
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Sunglasses
So
hanging in the shirt.
yeah, I think maybe one of the servers kind of eyes you. Yeah, go ahead and roll plus cool. I don't really know if you're doing something under fire necessarily, but it feels right. What is the roll for fake it till you make it?
It's gotta be cool. Gotta be cool.
Yeah, go ahead and roll plus cool.
Dose. And grab dice.
Dang.
Hey!
Y'all are rolling so good
Cool
today.
guy Traeger.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you sort of making your way through, you see this one server kind of give you a look like they're not really sure you're supposed to be here, but you sure walk like you're supposed to be here. So they, I think, don't really engage. And you walk down this hallway. There is a restroom back here, and there is also a sort of closet area, a large closet area in one of these doors, not locked or anything. You can just pop it open, where there are several uniforms hanging in a row.
Yoink, yoink. Stuff them in my bag.
You yoink some uniforms, put them in your bag,
Yoink and go.
and
Hashtag
yoink and go. Walk right back out. Yeah, these people are not going to try to stop you at this point. I think they've just kind of gone on. Yeah, I think they're busy and they're just assuming that you're supposed to be there because you don't look like you're not. So you walk back out of the restaurant. I think you pass by again that host that Carla had been talking to, and in this process, which has only been a couple of minutes, this host has fetched one of the servers who has come up to Carla and is like asking if you want to put in an order to be delivered to your room, as Traeger walks back out of the restaurant.
And I walk past them, like out into the lobby or something, to wait for them to finish what they're doing.
Okay. So Traeger walks confidently past you.
If you actually just want to just send a little dessert, something like that, it'd be room 631 would be perfect for now. I think my friends may have already. I believe you make those lovely little strawberry pastries. That sounds wonderful. I think my friends may have already put in an order of an entree, but we'll go with dessert.
Oh, all right. I'll put that in for you now, and we'll charge it to the room.
631. Yes.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you ever
They
so
go
much.
ostensibly to get right on it.
We'll need a room once everyone gets back together. We'll need a room close to this one. Could someone go up to the front and ask for one? We'll need a specific room, so you might have to lie.
I mean, should we just charge that one on Harold as well?
If that's what you'd like to do.
Of course I would. She'll go back to the front desk.
Okay. The same employee is there as before and says, Miss O'Dwyer, is something wrong? Can I help you with anything?
No, not at all. In fact, I'm planning a bit of the nuclear tourism, of course. I have more friends coming than expected. I was really hoping, would we be able to get another room for another 4 people, just very close to mine if we could, so we can all share in the excitement together.
We're pretty booked. I can certainly check
I completely
for you.
understand, but if you could, I would very much appreciate it.
Let's go ahead and roll to manipulate someone.
Okay.
Plus hot.
All right. Okay. That's only a +1, but hey, at least it's a plus. Ooh,
Okay.
not great. The positive, I level up, y'all.
There you go. All right. The negative is, I think he kind of shakes his head and says, "Oh, unfortunately, we have a couple of rooms available that not on the same floor. We have one on the second floor.
Oh dear.
Carla, I
Well.
think we could manage. Why don't we just go up to your room for now, and then we'll figure out something from there.
All right. Well, I completely understand. I know it is very busy, but we do appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
You're welcome."
Shit.
You know, are people in this time superstitious? As we're walking away.
Not particularly. Why?
I was thinking we could scare someone out of a room.
I love where your brain is. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. We must. Yes.
Right. Well, we're gonna head up to the 6th floor.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
That's awesome.
Do not ever apologize for these fabulous plans that I am so glad you all think
Completely
of.
planned for.
Totally.
Totally planned for this. Totally planned.
Yeah, I plan for definitely every scenario. All right, so you head up to the 6th floor, and I think you can hear from down the hall, coming from the room that you know to be Carla's. Probably some revelry already happening
Probably.
up there. Lots of laughs to be had over dinner and drinks.
Oh, and you can hear Carla's laugh, like from down the hall.
Mhm.
All right, so you head up to the 6th floor.
Yeah. Room 630. 30. Sorry, 630. Is that occupied by Carla's friends as well?
Carla, how many rooms do you think you have on this floor?
We probably would have had a few cars full of people, so probably 2 or 3.
Okay, I'm gonna say we'll say 630 through 632.
Right.
Don't know
All
how
right.
this hotel numbers their rooms, but those 3 rooms that are right together, are occupied by Carla and her posse.
Cool. So Maggie's gonna kind of wait around the corner, whatever hallway, if it comes to a T or something like that. She'll kind of lean her back against the wall and close her eyes for a second to assemble 2 of her friends.
Okay.
1 male, 1 female. And if they would so choose to help me, I would like to ask something of them.
Okay. What would you like to ask of them?
Would you mind ever so much going into this room 629, and giving these people a bit of a scare? Maybe have a heated argument, glow a little bit, throw a few things, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll plus weird for me. I think they are today probably particularly inclined to help. What you got? A 9? Yeah. Okay. So I think they sort of stay there in front of you for a moment, kind of look to each other. I think they look to you and they nod and disappear. So you just send them into one of the other rooms next to this block. Okay. I think roll over haunting. Okay. Yeah, I think they they sort of disappear in front of you, and after a couple of moments of silence, Maggie, I think you have this connection to them, and you can kind of get a sense of them moving around, kind of preparing to do this. And then very shortly after, you all from the hallway, I think, hear a couple of sounds. You hear the sound of like breaking glass from this room near the door. And I think you hear a couple of voices inside that sound concerned. Somebody saying, "What was that?" And looking around, and then the people that are in the room start arguing. So, "I didn't break it." "Well, I didn't break it." And so when I say, "You're so clumsy, you could just admit that you dropped the glass." And then you hear another shatter of breaking glass, kind of almost against the door, and then silence in the room for a second, and then I think you hear a blood-curdling scream. Almost an otherworldly scream. Does not sound human. And I think you hear this sort of wailing noise to go along with it. And then you hear two very human screams as the door to the room flies open and two people take off at a full clip, running down the hall toward the stairs.
I believe the room is unoccupied now.
I believe it is. That was wonderful.
So you go into the room.
giggling to himself because he thinks it's hilarious. This reminds me of pranks I used to pull.
Oh, me and my ghost friends just.
Yeah, right.
No, I took my one of my teachers in school, and I changed all of his math equations, and he looked like such a fool, like he didn't know what he was talking about. No, it's so good. I was a prankster when I was a kid.
Hilarious.
That sounds
So
very
proud of
similar to what just
Traeger
happened.
goes over there and puts his foot in the door so it can't close.
Okay. All right, so Traeger propping the door open. There is some broken glass on the floor around the door. I think your boots can probably handle it. You'll want to sweep that up.
Get out of here. Stop attacking my feet.
Kitty!
There's also apparently cats in the room.
There's just a little kitten just kind of runs out following its family.
Ghost kitten.
No.
That would be something. So I think you sweep the glass aside. You all can go into this room. There are a couple of other things. Looks like some pillows and sheets have been kind of yanked off the bed and thrown to the floor. One of the paintings on the wall is crooked. And you see, Maggie, I think your two friends sort of appear for a moment in the center of the room, just kind of looking at you.
She gives them a bow of appreciation.
Okay, I think
Can we all see them?
Yeah.
Do we all see
Or
them?
just
Yeah.
Megan? No.
Yeah, you can all see
All right.
them.
Traeger's
Applauding.
like, I love these guys.
All right, I think they both kind of nod back to you, and look towards each other and nod, and they disappear. Good, you
They look
scammed
at
some people out of a
knowingly.
hotel room with ghosts.
Yeah.
Traeger digs
Solved
in the
my
bag,
hotel puzzle.
He solved my hotel puzzle.
pulls the uniforms out and hands one to each of you.
Maggie's going to go in the bathroom and change. Keep an eye out for the delivery just so we don't miss it.
Good plan.
Virula will go in the corner and change, attempting to conceal himself, but he seems satisfied with just being not in the middle of the room dropping trow.
Okay. All right. So Virula in one
Want the
corner,
rain
Maggie.
poncho again?
I forgot about the poncho.
Yeah, he asks as he sees your embarrassment and whatnot.
So you're gonna have to remember it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a chuckle from the bathroom.
And Traeger looks at Carla like, yeah, I don't get it.
Modesty still exists in my time.
Mm.
Well, it still exists in mine as well, but she'll just like do a thumb toward the other room. You don't see me really caring, do you?
He just grumbles and goes under the poncho.
All right. So the two of you change. The other two of you, aside from making fun of Verulo, are keeping an eye out for room service.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Traeger will ask, so when they come up, you got it? Can you convince them that we're
Goes for
going
me.
to take care of it?
Of course. Yes.
Good call.
Yeah. Well, it's for me. I ordered it.
All right, so keeping an eye out as your companions change. After a few minutes of waiting, I do think you hear some noise coming from the hallway as a couple of hotel employees with rolling carts, dressed in uniforms, are walking down the hallway towards your block of rooms.
Hello. Room 631.
Yes, miss.
Wonderful. I'll take it. It's a surprise. I didn't tell them we were ordering, so I'll just take it from here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead and roll to seduce or manipulate someone. Plus hot.
Okay. Plus the hot. So I am leveled.
Okay.
So I am going to take unnatural lust transfixion. I will roll weird instead of hot when trying to manipulate or seduce.
Okay. Then roll plus weird.
Cool. Alrighty. Ooh. Someone wanna help?
Okay. That
Help!
anybody want to help?
Yeah.
Help!
Sure. With
Oh
hot?
my crap tonight.
Okay. Well, what do you want to do to help first? Trigger? How do you want to help?
So she's stumbling. I guess I'll walk out in the hall and try to be imposing, like we've got this. You just kind of give them
Okay. All right. So
and-
to help.
and I pull some money out too. Like I'm gonna give them money. And
Okay. Okay. So to help someone who's making a roll plus your history with them.
yeah. Boom.
Okay. So that's an 8. So on a 7 to 9, they take +1, which turns your
Okay.
6 into a 7, which is a partial success.
Nice.
Okay.
All about the greed.
So they let's see. They will go along with you, but they need some concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. So I think they just saw you come out of a room that was not 631, and are kind of we're really
I'll
supposed to take you to the
pull-
room.
I'll pull the key to 631 out of my pocket. See, I have my key. We have this whole block of rooms, you see. We're all here for, the blast. So, but yes, anything down this floor, just let me know. Carla O'Dwyer, pleasure. Miss Carla O'Dwyer, pleasure.
Apologies, Miss O'Dwyer. And I think they look convinced at the key, but I think one of them is also kind of like eyeing Traeger because he pulled out some money.
Oh, I hand it over.
Yes.
All right, yeah, they take it and pocket it, and they kind of nod, and they leave the trays with you. And I think they walk right back down the hallway towards the stairs.
Easy.
Thank you for your assistance, soldier.
I try.
Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. We can't be us. We have to be different slightly because she's going to meet us in a few days. So just, can you act?
Why, yes. I am not Verulo Venucci. I am John Bon.
Don't
Bon.
say it.
Bonbon. Perfect. And he slaps you on the arm like, good choice.
I have a hard time lying to people. I tend not to do it. I try really hard not to do it. But if we have to, I will.
Well,
and I will.
To
What?
be fair, at this point, I'm pretty sure we're all pretty well sauced. Let's just be perfectly honest. So,
Right.
I will say, please don't judge what you see in there.
Right.
And
All right,
You
have
said-
fun, enjoy.
he says to Maggie's like, and didn't you say most people ignore servants anyway?
That's true, but our accents are pretty unique.
Hmm.
I'll try something. All right. Are you ready, Verlo?
It's John. Bonbon.
Of course it is. Jean Bonbon. We take the trays and move down.
Okay, you do this. So you take the trays and the carts, moving towards 631, where the revelry is growing increasingly louder, as the drunk people inside are very ready for the food to be here. So you knock on the door, and sure, you hear some laughter inside and some shushing, and some people talking to each other. And I think the door swings open, and there stands Carla.
Room service.
Carla, how do you react to room service? It's you.
Oh yeah, it's me. Oh, lovely, dear. Please come in. The food is here. Come in, please, come in. Hello, how are you?
Oh, you're
Welcome,
lovely.
Marie.
Push the cart in.
Okay, so you all push the carts. Do you go into the room, or do you just kind of?
Yes.
Here you go. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So the two of you enter the room. Carla, past Carla. Wow, this is gonna get confusing really quickly. Past Carla, behind you. Carla, what's going on in this room right now? It's the first night you're there, kind of early on a Friday night still.
Definitely plenty of alcohol. There may be evidence of other things as well. Yeah, people are partying. I'm assuming the suite has a record player. Music is going. Yeah. Just folks having some fun.
Okay. So Carla lets you in with the trays of food, Maggie and Brullo.
Where would you like them?
Oh, just put it anywhere. Just in the middle. Stacy, you need to eat something. Just over here is fine. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And believe me, you'll be hearing more from us later.
Wonderful.
Yes. Money. Yes. Denise, darling, give me my bag. Thank you so much. What was your name?
I was waiting for you to say
Yes.
something.
John Bonbon at your service.
Jean Bonbon.
It's
Like the-
French.
Like the bonbon. You're adorable. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. And what was your name?
Kathy.
Kathy, lovely. Thank you. Carla, Ms. Carla O'Dwyer. Pleasure. Well, yes, we'll be here for several days, so you'll probably see us around, but keep taking care of us, and believe me, we'll take care of you.
Wonderful. She'll take.
It is
I'm
our
gonna take a
genuine
mental
pleasure.
sweep of the room and try and take note of everyone who's in there right now.
I will
Okay.
also take something directly to Stacy, and kind of uncover it with a flourish.
Okay. Stacy, I'm sure, is thrilled. And probably squeals a little bit and laughs and claps and is all very excited. Maggie kind of taking stock of the room. You can, if you want, both of you while you're in here, roll to read a sitch, which is plus sharp, gives you a list of questions you can ask, which I can give you if you don't have that handy. As soon as I have it handy.
I was just seeing if that's one of the like 4 things that I can roll weird instead.
Oh.
No.
So I rolled a 7 and I leveled up. Woo!
Woo!
Nice.
I rolled a 9.
All right, so 7 and a 9, so you can each ask 1 question from the read a sitch list, or if you have something similar but not on the list, you can ask that as well.
Okay. Let me pull it up, my dear DM. MC Savvy up in the house.
MC Sammy!
Wicca, wicca, what?
44. Okay, so I get 1. What is... Where's the best escape route / way in?
Ooh, the best escape route / way in. From where you are, there are exactly 2 ways into this room. One being the door into the hallway, the other being the window.
I don't know if I should do this.
Can I see outside the window at all, or just knowing that there's a window is enough?
Sure, yeah. I think you can see a bit. I think maybe this window is close. There is a fire escape. That seems reasonable for a building this big. So I think, this window is one that is near a fire escape outside.
Okay. John Bonbon takes notes.
I feel like I'm seeing the wrong one. This is read a charge situation. That's not what I want, right?
No, you want read a stitch. It's
it's a sitch. So read a stitch will say when you read a charged situation, roll sharp.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's like literally in bold on my page.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure. What's my enemy's true position?
Ooh, interesting. I think. I think you kind of taking stock of, especially the other people in the room. None of them stick out to you as particularly dangerous. But if it were you and you were going to try to get into this room without anybody noticing you or stopping you, that probably the window and the fire escape is where someone would come from. Because their only other option is going to be to make their way up through the hotel, up the stairs to the 6th floor and in the door. So from here, if someone was going to try to get into the hotel room without anyone noticing, it's probably going to be straight through that window.
Cool. Maggie is going to let me just make sure that your windows are locked. We wouldn't want any accidents now, would we? Like, she's overacting this, by the way. And she's going to go over and she is going to, like, make sure the windows close and lock. Only in emergencies, darling. Only in emergencies do we open this window. But we want you all to be safe, okay?
Yes, of course. We only provide the finest hospitality at the palace of Julius Caesar.
You are adorable, Mr. Bonbon. Adorable. And Miss Kathy, we will try, but I can't guarantee that window will not open the moment that you leave. But thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, thank you.
We will exit.
All right, so making sure the window is closed and latched, you leave the carts and the partiers to their dinner, and you exit the room and return to Trega Trega, which is Carla and
Trega.
Traeger's couple name.
Oh shit!
Partner too, if you will.
As soon as we close the door, I like any sort of like overextension of my being is completely deflated, and I'm back to like little Verulo, and I'm like, there were a lot of drugs in there. A lot
I'm not
of
even
drugs.
sure what most of them were.
I neither am I.
Were they using money to take him? Did you see that?
That was is it even convenient or just irresponsible? I'm not sure. Somebody should write the government about that.
I think we should keep an eye on the fire escapes. Perhaps one of us
Yes,
should
you noticed
post
that
out
too.
there.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
All right.
well.
Let's inform the others.
Ugh.
We head back in. Maggie's so
Mm-hmm.
hard to read. She's just like it was nothing.
You looked like you were having fun.
Oh,
So
I'm
that's
sure
good.
I was, but I didn't give you too hard of a time, did I?
No, not at all. You were actually very agreeable and very kind.
Oh, well. That's good.
Trigger, I think we should have someone posted out on the window on the fire escape. That way, if somebody's coming up, that seems the best way that they could get in.
Duly noted.
Yes. I do vaguely recall some shenanigans off that fire escape.
What does that mean? What is a shenanigan?
You don't know what a shenanigan is? Shenanigans? Just tomfoolery? Sex. Sex was had on that balcony at some point.
Oh my god, that is so unsafe.
Yeah,
You guys
and
talking
yet-
about shenanigans? That
probably
place with all the
pretty
goofy
exciting.
shit on the wall and the mozzarella sticks?
If you say shenanigans one more time! Good times. Good times.
We have fun.
All right.
We have fun with these guys.
Okay, so you would like someone to try to get out onto the fire escape?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, please.
All right. Who's going? Who's going out the window?
Verulo is not offering.
All right. So Trigger, you can kind of make your way out onto the fire escape outside and post up and wait. What about the rest of you?
I think I will send one of my friends into the room just as a oi in the sky.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
The figure is
love the
outside. There
Music
is
to my ears.
just haunting the hotel. And
Yeah.
you send one of your followers into the room to watch.
I
What
want
they're
all
going to
the
see, you don't know.
all of the details.
Oh man.
You just see
All
Maggie
right.
blush a little bit.
And
I
at the
made
same
Maggie
time,
blush. High 5, yeah.
and at the same time, occasionally someone goes, "Hey, there's this cold spot." Oh, thank goodness! And puts their head in there into the ghost. Like, oh, God, the air conditioning's right here for some reason.
Okay, so Trey, you're outside. Ghost in the room. Verulo and Carla. Is there anything you would like to do?
Trying to think of where I would be best suited.
Are we sure
Suppose
I
I'll-
can't? No, I can't. I can't go over there. There would be two me's. That wouldn't make sense.
I think a lot of people are seeing Double Dare right about now.
So I can go?
No.
Fine.
I think Verulo will stand by, still dressed in the serving gear, just in case John Bonbon needs to step in and help the fellas out.
Okay. All right. Anything else for the night?
Carl
Maggie
will
will
just
post her.
sigh
Yeah.
intermittently.
After a while, I think Maggie will post herself in the hallway by the stairs, whichever stairs are closer, just as like a to take a walk sort of thing. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. So you all take your relative positions. Maggie, with your connection to one of your followers in the room. The party in 631 goes late into the night, early into the next morning, finally sort of winding down. You all have a relatively uneventful night. Nothing seems to happen. Nothing seems to pop up. Traeger, you don't see anything. Maggie, you'd get flashes of images. You see a lot, but nothing. Nothing from any outside sources of danger.
Okay. I think maybe afterwards, once everyone's passed out, Maggie goes back to the room. She's just gonna kind of lean over to Carla. I'm impressed by your flexibility.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's a lot of exercise and well, putting things to good use, if you know what I mean.
You'll have to show me a couple of those moves. I really appreciated them.
Oh, sure. Oh, yes. I was a big fan of the aerobics.
Not those moves.
Oh. Maybe.
Verulo inside is like, outside just
Red from ear to ear.
All right. So yeah, it is now the wee hours of the morning, and for once, nothing happened.
my God.
What is this world?
If
Carla
you,
has early morning raided the minibar and is just taking a blade out of her boot and just sort of throwing it at the wall.
okay.
Taking it out.
Do you
If
think
you all
everyone is
would-
passed out? Sorry. Do you think everyone is passed out to enough that we could go in there and search the room? Or do you go out shopping or something during the day that we could look?
Oh, well, again, if I recall, some sleep was involved, and then lunch, some shopping, sightseeing, and then the happy hour.
Your liver functions properly, correct?
So far as I'm aware, when I say it like that, wow, yes, I'm as shocked as you are.
Okay.
Takes another small bottle from the mini bar and it's just
Okay. So as quiet falls over 6:31, if you all would like, Carla, knowing that you will eventually past you and your past friends will eventually leave the room at some point during the day, if you all would like to take an opportunity to rest a bit, you can take a little bit of time, take a nap, that kind of thing, heal any minor harm that you might have, because you've done a lot of sitting around and waiting.
Should we take turns? There is only one bed.
I
When
can
nobody
sleep
says
on the
anything, Traeger's like,
floor.
I'm good. And he'll lay down on the bed.
All right. So Traeger first up to nap. The rest of you taking a rest in shifts. Is there anything you want to accomplish in in a few hours of downtime? No is a perfectly acceptable answer.
No.
Okay. So yeah, you take a break. You rest. You maybe kick off your shoes. You heal any minor harm that you guys have, which I don't think anybody has taken any except for Carla in a little bit.
That's the one.
And in shifts, you wait to hear some sort of noise coming from next door. I think a few hours later, you hear some movement from the next room, and after a while, eventually you hear some talking, some chatter, some plans being made, and eventually you hear the door to the hallway open, a little bit of laughter, and some chattering, and the door closes, and you hear the voices kind of go off down the hallway.
Oh, Traeger.
Yeah.
Salem.
All right. And I'll trilby and sunglasses and.
I will take Carla into the room since she has a key and
Okay.
search it up for a little.
Should I guard this room just in case anybody tries to investigate the ghostly disturbance?
It'd be better if no one was in there, I think.
Okay. I suppose I'll go with Traeger. I kind of eye him to see if he's still mad at me.
No. He probably doesn't even feel,
Yeah.
It's all muscle.
Maybe just keep out of sight there, Mr. Bonbon. I had you in my sights. Be careful.
John Bonbon is a master of espionage. I will be careful.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we split up. Traeger and Verulo tailing the Carla and her posse. Maggie and Carla searching the hotel room. So let's start. We'll go ahead and do the hotel room. So the two of you that are going into Carla's room, you enter the room using your key, Carla, that you have, the backup key that you were given to the door, clicking it in the lock, pushing the door open, and moving through. This room looks thoroughly used from last night. Lots of empty bottles and food trays and other paraphernalia lying around, clothes, lots of things. What are you looking for?
What are we looking for? Ooh, other than that pillbox hat that bitch Denise stole from me. I know she took it. I'm looking in her bag. I'm going to go look for my friend Denise's bag.
You go look for your stuff in Denise's bag. It's definitely there. She definitely stole it.
I'm taking this. I'm going to take the pillbox
Why
hat.
are you referring to her as a female dog?
Oh, it's... Never mind. Anyway, I've got it. What are we looking for exactly?
Anything that doesn't seem to be from this time.
Oh, right. Well, all right. No, that's... Yes.
As Maggie's going through stuff, she's gonna pull up a pair of underwear. What is this?
Oh, that's what a brassiere looks like.
What is it for? But it's not attached to the pants.
Oh, I'll take you the good shopping later, just before we leave.
The good shopping.
We'll take care of you. No, that's from here. Search the room for anything that looks out of place.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, most everything in the room is out of its place. But
Out of time, I should say.
You go searching through the room. I assume you search through everyone's bags, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I think you search through. On the surface, everything seems, Carla, as you remember it, what you do remember of it, as you're searching through everyone's bags, opening suitcases, that kind of thing. In one of the bags, you find, I think, digging through, I don't know, one of these
Ronald.
people. Sure, yes, your good friend Ronald. We got to do something that's not our names next time. Your good friend Ronald. I think digging through his bag, you find a small pouch going through it, which looks sort of almost sort of like a cosmetics bag. And I think you unzip it and open it, and inside you find a couple of things, just some general toiletries and things like that. And then I think you find a tube about this long of gold paint. And I think you also find a small sort of handheld communication device that is not from the 60s. You've seen one of these once before, when you still are sort of having trouble communicating with Era, as you are making so many time jumps. When you were in the 80s and you briefly had 2 Era agents come through to take your hostages back, one of them handed one of these to Traeger.
That's not from here.
Gold
Also,
paint.
gold. Yes. Ronald?
I
Of all people.
Tell me about him.
Oh, well, he's a little good at everything and not very good at anything. He likes to think he's an artist, but it's all garbage. He has a lot of fun at parties. Well, no, now that I'm thinking about it, yes, that really makes sense for Ronald. Anyway, all right. So it's Ronald. What do we do?
What do you think we should do?
It would be such
Do you think
a
you
shame
should touch
to kill
him?
Oh, right. Mind thing. I mean, sure. But the whole do not be seen thing.
Well, you're
And
already being seen.
True.
I mean, if you're not seen with yourself in the past, which is the present, so if he is alone, you can. If we can get him alone, then we can do this. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, but
How easy is he?
easy how?
How-
That. Yes, quite.
Perhaps we could you could get him somewhere alone, and then you could,
Good.
or if
yes.
you could get him separated from the group, then you could say, "Hey, you found him," and
I worry again. I mean, you saw the then me,
All
the
of it.
now me. Yes, yes. I don't look the same.
that's true. All right.
So-
First, we get him drunk, then we get him alone, and then he can see you in a dark lit room. This isn't good, guys. By the way, PSA.
So terrible. We're awful people. Anyway.
Or you're
All right.
amazing people. One or the other. You just, whichever way you.
Oh man. All right. Well, I mean, honestly, darling, you're probably his type, so I mean, this could work.
Right. Why don't you inform the others what he looks like, so as they're trailing him, they can keep an eye on him.
All right. Boys, we think we may have found our target. Tall, thin, rather floofy blonde hair. Probably still, if I recall, dressed way too fancily for what we're actually doing at lunchtime. His name is Ronald.
So, are we eliminating this target, or are we gonna?
No,
Capture it.
no. Just
No.
keep on his own. Keep on his own, and we have a plan.
Excellent. All right. Out.
Okay, so receiving this message, we will switch very quickly to Traeger and Verulo. You are trailing this large party of people. Receiving this message from Carla, you do see someone in this group that does meet this description that Carla has given you. Tall, thin, floofy blonde hair. At the moment, yeah, Carla, what were you all out doing? Shopping or
Food,
eating,
sustenance,
brunch?
food. Oh yeah, food was happening. It was
right,
necessary.
So they have currently gone out and are all sort of sitting around a few tables in a restaurant that have been pushed together for a large party, enjoying brunch activities, enjoying a meal.
They're probably easy to spot or hear again, Carla. So
Yeah, I don't think you two are having any problem following them. I also don't think they have noticed you following them, to be honest. So you can see sort of from outside this restaurant, this large group of people, you've watched them go in and sit down and start eating. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened so far.
He looks the same as all of them. When we captured the man in the 80s, he was so... It was like he was a clean slate, and this man seems more with it. I wonder if there's a mental trigger.
His lucidity is probably means that he's a independent agent, not some mind-controlled individual.
So he's doing this of his own free will, then?
I believe, at this point. And then I'll go. Carla, Ronald, is he have you known him a long time, or could he be a plant?
a while. When did we meet? Some art party of some kind where I had to drink terrible wine and pretend that whatever he had vomited onto a canvas was amazing. Maybe a year? Maybe a year. No more than a year.
Okay, thank you.
No, of course.
It will be, we'll have to find it out through interrogation or mind probe. I say to Verulo.
Yes. We just have to separate them.
Well, they said they had a plan. You heard. So we're going to let the ladies take care of that. We are just going to follow. Now, I'm going to try to keep half an eye out as we go to see if Ronald contacts anyone or has any kind of a drop or communication with anyone or that kind of thing.
That makes sense. We be pretty obvious, right? I mean, they don't have those mobile communicator handheld things that you told me about.
Correct. If Robert picks something up or something from somewhere else, then most likely it's part of a drop for equipment or
Okay.
necessary supplies.
Okay.
Even a message.
Yeah, so I guess we'll stay on them then.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So putting the Carla and Maggie putting your plan of action together. Traeger, are you two heading down to meet up with them, Carla and Maggie? Okay. So we will end up all together shortly. Traeger and Varula, while you are waiting for Carla and Megan, you're keeping a close eye on Ronald and the group. I think after a few minutes, you do see Ronald stand up from the table, sort of excuse himself, and walk toward the back of the restaurant.
Okay.
There it is.
Yep. Traeger will try to be nonchalant and go see what's going on.
Okay, so you go into the restaurant?
Yep.
Okay, so you make your way in, and a couple of people sort of look your direction. There is a sign that says, "Please seat yourself." So no host to bother you, and you sort of make your way towards the back of the restaurant, just in time to see Ronald disappear through a door, which seems to go out into an alley behind the building.
Okay. He's left the building out by the alley in pursuit.
Okay,
And
so
Be careful.
okay, so Traeger following him quickly, he sort of walks quickly around the corner of the building to a back alley, and you see him pull up the sleeve of his shirt, and on his arm is something that you are very familiar with because it is a communication device like the one that you have
Yep.
around
Cool.
your arm. You can see him sort of looking at it, and pushing a few buttons, typing a few things in, not currently aware of your presence.
Is there a chance I could, see what he's got? I mean, even if I have to like pull a weapon and use a scope or whatever.
Yeah, you can try. So I think you do so. You pull up a scoped weapon that you haven't tried to zoom in on his arm. It is hard to see what he's doing. I think it is familiar to you. I think he is sending some sort of communication back to whoever he is communicating with. I don't necessarily know that you can see what he's typing.
Okay.
But it seems though he is definitely sort of communicating with an outside source.
All right. I think what I'll do then is I'll allow the communication to happen. I'll kind of duck back, keeping an eye out, and then when the communication's done, no, the girls said they had a plan. I will stick to the plan. So I guess I keep an eye on him, and if he moves out or whatever, then I'll make a decision from there.
Okay, so you from around the corner, sort of keeping an eye on him. He sends this communication and waits. He waits for a moment, kind of looking around in front of him. He doesn't seem to notice you. You can hide yourself well enough in situations like this. He sort of leans up against one wall of the alley, and then shortly, a few minutes later, shortly after this happens, you hear a familiar popping sound, and you see this sort of dim light appear, and stepping through a rift is a familiar face, Traeger, to you, looking a little older, a little more weathered than perhaps he did before. You see you, Step through this rift. Exchange a few words with the man you're following.
Okay.
They have a quick exchange. He hands him some kind of package, steps back through the rift, and it shuts behind him. And I think that's where we're going to have to go ahead and end for today.
You do it. I do it.
No! Oh my god! Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Future Traeger gonna kill me.
Oh my god, Mr. Traeger, no.
Oh
This
my
is whack.
god!
No rules.
Who knows what kind of training he's had. So yeah, I
my
will leave you all with that to think on for
Holy moly!
thank you guys for playing with me today. I know it was a little wild and a little all over the place, but it happened, and you all are champs as always. So thank you so much for playing with me. Thank you everybody out there for watching with us. Really quickly here, we'll go ahead and do our end of session discussion. Yeah, we got plenty of time to talk through that. So at the end of every session, everyone will choose a character who knows their character better than they did before, or if that is not an option, maybe no one knows you better, and you can pick a character who doesn't know you as well as you thought, and that will change your history stat. Does anybody want to start?
Maggie knows way more than she even wanted to.
She digs it.
So that's freedom.
The question is, do I want
Damn
that?
right.
And I did level up with Carla.
Okay.
Oh,
All
bam.
right. So if you rolled over with Carla, you can reset Carla's history back to 1, and you mark an experience for the rollover.
Bam.
Cool.
All right. So Maggie knows Carla better. Maggie, who knows you better or worse?
Maybe Furlough, because of the whole ghosts all the time, blood orgy.
Oh, right. Yeah, the blood orgy. Sure.
Ah, that
That
old
old
blood
chestnut.
orgy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nothing
yeah,
but
it's
that.
Pretty on Carla, like
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so Rulo, learning a bit more about how Maggie works.
Cool. I level up with her. Whoa.
All right, so you roll your history with Maggie back over to +1, mark an experience. Y'all racked up some experience today, some of you.
Yeah. I leveled up in like session 1 and then nothing since then because I failed so hard in session 1 on every
That was
roll.
my game
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I have
my
leveled
God.
once the whole time.
You're just
Wow.
too damn good at stuff.
You
DB.
rolled so well.
I roll weird for everything, and you guys always pick it. So it's like,
Papa
Yeah.
bless Carla for picking sharp, the skill I do.
I take care of you. I take care of you.
Thanks. Speaking of Carla, because segues are fun, I know Carla more for sure now. I've seen like a mountain of Coke. I'm sure.
Oh, there were probably
So,
other fun things. There were probably other fun things.
I mean, it's
Carla
63,
nearly
man.
got her degree
Two.
in pharmacology,
Two.
guys.
62. Oh wow. Okay.
oh no,
Nearly.
Hey, at least you thought about it.
Oh, brother.
Don't do
Yeah.
drugs,
So
but if you
Carla,
do-
I know you more.
I love it.
All
I
right,
love
Traeger. Who knows you better or not as well as you thought they did?
You know yourself better now.
You
Yeah.
certainly do.
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly do.
Introspective.
I guess it's a whole series of Carla today. I think if anything, I know her better only because of now we've seen the drugs and we've had a level of her frivolity. We had
Hijinks.
sex. We had sex on the
Shenanigans.
fire escape. Yes, shenanigans.
All right.
So that does indeed roll me over with Carla,
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
which gives me the level. Woo woo!
Awesome. Okay.
And the gut. Oh my.
Oh, the
Alrighty,
big
well,
one.
All
I'm
right.
Samuels.
Okay.
I know you.
So, bye. The cat wants to stay with you.
Okay, she can stay there.
Oh, good.
Aw.
Yar, my dear.
Yes, good girl.
Oh,
So
she's
fluffy.
driving.
All
TV,
right.
you're still allergic.
I know. I'll pay for it later. Oh, there she goes.
All right. Well, any final thoughts?
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy
Yeah.
Father's Day, dads.
Yeah.
You're great. Thanks for doing what you do. We
Thanks
love
for
you.
dadding, dads.
Yeah. Thanks for being dads.
Thanks for
we
daddying up.
love all our dads. Happy Father's Day. Thanks again, everybody, for playing with me and going on this ride, which it just gets wilder the more I turn you loose in it.
Thanks for
which
blowing
is
my damn mind.
Thanks for keeping all the red
Gotcha.
strings connected.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening, and I love it.
No, at this point in my session planning, I'm just that meme of that guy
Pepe Sylvia.
trying to
Pepe Sylvia.
explain
Who is Pepe Sylvia?
all the red strings. That's me. That's me now. Thanks everybody. I guess we'll go ahead and sign off real quick. Catch us if you are enjoying the show, which some of you have said in chat. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate you all hanging out with us every week. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can come check us out live every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/encounter roleplay. I will start because I'm the one that does the most talking. Once again, I am Savvy, the MC, Master of Ceremonies for this game. You can find me on most social media at Savvy Seaworth, which is right here below my face. I do most of my streaming at twitch.tv/game nights, is game with 2 G's for good game and nights with a K. Tomorrow is the next thing that I'm running on that channel. I'm actually running tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time a one-shot of Crash Pandas, the Grant Howitt game, which is about a bunch of raccoons doing street racing, and Sid is going to be there playing with us. So come hang out with us tomorrow night. On
So
GGK, we're playing Crash
excited.
Pandas, and it's going to be wild. A bunch of raccoons driving cars. Get it, Crash Pandas, because they're trash
I
pandas.
get it now. I love it. I thought it was
the
Honey
coolest name
Heist
ever.
with Reckless Pandas.
It essentially kind of is. So please watch. It's
But
going
it
to be amazing.
kinda
I'm
is.
so
Oh my
excited.
God.
I'm so excited.
Talk tomorrow over with me on GGK, and then the rest of the week I'll be doing some video games, and I think another session of my Monster of the Week game, which is a lot like this, but with interdimensional travel, so time travel, and then D&D on Saturday. And then I'll be back on Sunday. Woo! Woo! So come check us out. Rob.
Is it bad that I'm considering not streaming tomorrow just to watch that?
Please watch
I haven't settled on a schedule yet, so who's to say? Hey, wow, speaking of streaming and segues, I'm Bonus Stage Rob. I stream video games and whatnot and the like at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob. Among other things, like I also am DMing. I totally forgot to mention this earlier. I'm DMing a Dungeons and Dragons 5e homebrew campaign on twitch.tv/runawayrobot_ on Thursdays. So that's a thing I've been doing. It's been a lot of fun. We're not doing it this Thursday, but every other Thursday we're doing it. And yeah, if you like my stupid face and the stupid words that come out of it sometimes, check me out.
They're good words.
They're good
Yeah,
words.
I say words good.
You do some good words, Rob.
Like John Bonbon. Those were good words. John
John
Bonbon was good words.
Very good.
All right.
Hi, I'm
LB.
LB Hackemup. I am the queen of the quick change. You can find me at LB Hackemup on Twitter. I am on Indoor Adventures channel Monday and Tuesday night doing D&D stuff. Wednesday, I am on Dan Barry's channel. Sundays, I'm here. I might be streaming. I'm going to try doing Overwatch again. My computer kind of overheated because the room has to be hot for the cats. So, like, we'll see. GB go.
Jimmy!
Graybeard of Graybeard's Tavern. On Twitter, there's no S, so just Graybeard Tavern. Check that. That's got my schedule. Mostly, I just want to say, usually Sunday mornings, I play Darkest Dungeon on my own channel, and we've got all kinds of happy, fun toys to play with, and I love them. And other than that, on Wednesdays, I play Ghost of Saltmarsh. I play a Gunslinger Warforged with my steampunky weapons. So that's a lot of fun. And on every other Friday, I play Blood Debt, where I'm a SWAT team member trying to take Miami from the Mafia in the year 2037. And that's on Jackal and Hare. So, and I've got a Pro Restarter show coming up soon, but we can't announce it yet.
Yeah.
Sid.
Hey.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're going to be on
She's
Crash
great,
Panda.
Sid.
Huh?
She's
Oh,
the best. There she is.
Yes, there it is.
I'm Sid. Oh my god, I have no idea what happened.
I don't know where I went.
I don't know where I went. Where was I, guys? Where was I? I'm Stina Sid. I'm a Greek Sid on Twitter. I am home right now, and again, shout out to my brother-in-law Louis for letting me use his rig. Thank you so much, dude. Happy birthday!
Thanks, Louis.
You are the best. Tomorrow I'm going to be playing Crash Pandas. I can't friggin' wait. Oh my gosh, my character is amazing. Her name is Scritches. You have no idea. It's going to be amazing. On Tuesdays, I'm over at the Femslade Cast channel. We're doing Neverland, the 5e game. It's amazing. And then we will be starting up our second season of Rise of the Temple of Elemental Evil on Odyssey RP. We are still figuring out the details on that, but very excited to be getting those characters back in. So check my Twitter for those deets.
All right.
Awesome.
And that's everyone. We'll be back a week from today, Sunday, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of Apocalypse Run. Really quick, I have one more thing that I'm going to announce, which you all will be able to see shortly on Twitter. We had a wonderful artist commission portraits of everyone's characters. So you guys are going to be able to see all of those shortly. The artist's name, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Elby, how do you pronounce their name?
Danae. Oh, you're muted.
She said into a muted mic. It's like you're all messing
Danae
with me.
Keener.
Danae, okay.
Keener.
So yeah, Danae Keener is the, I didn't want to say it wrong. So Danae Keener is the artist that we have commissioned for our wonderful, lovely, incredible portraits of these four characters. LB is going to post them on Twitter, and we will be incorporating them into our game. And I think that's it for us. Thank you for joining us in the Psychic Maelstrom once again. We'll be back a week from today at 5 p.m. And thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
We'll see you then. Bye.